Get our timer going here. I'm gonna get our timer. What's going on, y'all? So we're gonna officially start our first workflow. We're gonna start with I'm gonna do a 20-minute timer for our first round. If you're watching on LinkedIn, YouTube, all that good stuff, you'll be able to see the screen. If you're watching on TikTok and Amazon, I'm not going to have a timer going because I've yet to figure out how to do that on the ways I stream. But what I'm going to do is I'm also going to set my watch here. So I'll give a little shout out to the Amazfit T-Rex watch. I'm actually using one of their apps right now, the Pomodoro timer. We're going to set a 20-minute focus. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Boom. We're working, y'all. So we got 20 minutes of productivity on the clock. And I've already got the timer going here. So you guys can see that timer. Round one, we're just going to silently work. I might pop in a little bit if there's comments or questions. I might just talk to myself out loud, or I might share some things on products that I'm using, but let's just get work done. And this is the kind of pro tip I'll give you guys. Set 1 to 3 tasks you want to get done for the next 20 minutes. Mine is going through my emails and being able to just like follow up with my CRM. Those are two, like, I don't even think I'll get to all of those, but I'm gonna do the best that I can with what I've got here. All right, let's get it, y'all. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, what's up? I'm gonna just say Sandra. What's going on? How we doing? How we doing? Or is that Andrea? Yeah, I'm getting work done here. It may look like I'm playing, but yeah, let's get together on Discord. And again, if you guys got questions, let me know. Let's go back to one thing that I realized I didn't do. The other thing I should set for my third intention is I'm going through my emails, but also I wanted to get my journal on. All right, I did this. Ironically, I actually wrote in my journal right before I went live. Here's the question and the prompt for today, and I'm going to share it with you guys too. Where does my lack of self control create problems? That's a good one to think about. I'm just going to share with you guys what I put. Conversations where sometimes I have a lack of self control in personal conversations, and I get like too too blunt and can be a little too emotional. And in the past, what I've noticed in my performance, what I mean by that is, let's say I had a big exam when I was in college, or even when I had like practice or a tryout, or not as much once I got into fighting, but even in early stages before like competition, I would make sure that I was always making weight and stuff, so that was easier, honestly. It was not less of a self-control issue. It was more around, like, when I would play baseball when I was younger or in high school or even some stages of college, like, wanting to go out the night before, not even to, like but it's like I just couldn't sleep, so I had so much energy. Once I started getting into martial arts, I started recognizing, like, what I can do with that, being more dialed in. I still have self-control things in certain areas, like food sometimes late at night, that's where I can see that come in. But what I've focused on lately is instead of eating like processed food, I just do homemade versions. So instead of having like Reese's, we'll do homemade peanut butter cups. Instead of doing like sweetened dehydrated mangoes with added sugar, I just do apple slices, or I do my own sliced mangoes or dehydrated mangoes with no added sugar, things like that. So even Carrie came out yesterday and she saw me eating like almond butter, um, homemade peanut butter cups, and like sliced apples. And she goes, "Ooh, this is a healthy little snack." So the point is, it causes a problem for my GI in the morning. But that's some examples. Just wanted to share that with you guys. And nowadays, yeah, where I say it's mostly around like planning and relationships. So planning, I notice I tend to overbook myself. This morning is a perfect example. We have the shed being delivered. That you guys are going to see a new setup for a shed that we have coming, and I really didn't utilize self control without being overzealous, and I just overbooked myself this morning. So I get to pivot to show up to support Carrie. The drawback to that is like I was trying to tag in a workout with Rosie and it just didn't work out. All right, so the 16th is Monday. So, anyways, now I'm gonna silently go back to working. I'm starting back through my emails. Here's a pro tip too, guys, that you guys don't have to do exactly, but I find helpful is have designated times where you check your emails in your phone. It could be every day, but for me, I do it Mondays and Fridays. I guarantee that time to check my emails. Sometimes I'll check them in between, but I also have an autoresponder where if people need to get a hold of me, they can reach out to my phone, my work phone. And oh, what's up, Paul? Hola. What's going on? I subscribe. Oh, I appreciate it for the sub, man. Thank you. And yeah, if you guys haven't subbed already or followed, please do so. I appreciate it. And yeah, my point is I'm going back to Monday, which was the 16th. So I'm just talking to myself out loud to go through all my emails. And even if it's daily, but sometimes what can happen is we can get like messages coming in and then you like get caught up. I know I have in the past where we're just like constantly going through all of our messages. And before you know it, you're inundated and you're like lost in the sauce, as it were. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I'm gonna check the comments here in a second. I'm just going through. What I find helpful is I'll go through like a full page of emails, clear out what I have to, and then I like will bounce into the comments. Okay. Oh, what's up, Ryan? How you doing? Thanks for the sub. Cheers, everybody. I'm gonna go back to this iced coffee because this is what I'm sipping on. So if you guys see me drinking this, even though it looks like it's a disposable like McCafe coffee, which I did get at one point. I keep my disposable cups because I'm a weirdo, and I'll just like mix up because I find it helpful also to mix up protein in different things. No, I don't play Fortnite, but I'm debating on getting into it because my cousin-in-law got into it a couple years ago for his son, and he's been enjoying it. And I talked to him about it, and I see like some stuff, and I'm like, man, maybe I gotta get into some Fortnite because I used to play Call of Duty, and I haven't gamed in a while. And my 7-year-old, I can tell she's like, she hasn't started gaming yet, but I can tell she's like ready to get into it. So I'm trying to figure out a way me and her can connect. How about you? You on Fortnite? Let's check this. Creation for sharing the live content. Happy to hear the products. I'm gonna try and not open up too many tabs too. and have my whole stream get shut down because I can't handle it. So, oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, I really actually like this one. What's that? Oh, yeah, it's Thursday, March. Okay, let me see actually. Oh, what's going on, y'all? I'm circling back to the chat. I've always had strong bodybuilding. Didn't change that. It helped me feel proud of it. That's awesome. Yeah, what's up, Mass and Muscle? I see you. Yeah, build that confidence. And then, you like Call of Duty too? Yeah, I haven't played Call of Duty in a minute though. You guys still on that Call of Duty train? How is it? I haven't played for a while. It's Friday, brother. Oh, what's up? Clicked off the hub. Time. Foods was used for lean, but oh, so that's a great question, X. But I kind of missed that. I'll circle back to it. Great question. So there's a great question that just came in really quick. I want to touch on. I got 5 minutes before our next session or our next break, and the question is, what kind of foods would you suggest for a lean recomp build? So that's a lean, basically adding lean body mass while simultaneously trying to lose body fat. And the thing that I found really impactful here is focusing on a couple of areas. A, getting in your protein for sure, and using fiber. Fiber is a great way to help orient the bacteria in your gut, your microbiome, as well as help you stay satisfied, full, and just regular for your GI. So protein and fiber together are going to help you stay full. You're going to be less likely to overeat on calories. And when you're eating your protein levels that's adequate for your training, you are going to have a higher retention and rebuild of your lean body mass, your muscle mass, especially from your workouts. So being able to get, 0.8 to 1 gram per lean body mass or pound of lean body mass is a great target I've seen. So for example, let's say I'm 200 and almost 10 pounds. So let's say 210 pounds for easy math, about 19% body fat. So if let's just take 80% of that, it's like 100, puts me at 165, 170 pounds of lean body mass. So I would eat about 150 to 175 grams of protein per day as an example. I'm not huge on always counting, but the point is, if you want to get a really dialed in recomp, you're going to have to pay attention to your numbers a little bit more. And just be more mindful. One of the easiest ways, for every 100 calories, have 10 grams of protein and then 1 to 3 grams of fiber. That's like, to me, an easy formula. If you don't want to pay attention to the numbers, you can literally just do like a palm's worth of protein or 2 at every meal and be able to have 5 to 7 servings of fruits and vegetables. So my point of saying that is, the types of food are going to highlight around high protein oriented, high fiber oriented. So lots of fruits, berries are a great option, being able to lean on vegetables, spinach, those types of things, and being able to have your high protein oriented things. If you're eating animal based products, that's like easy. You can do, like, I like a lean turkey meat, chicken breasts, being able to have eggs, leverage on protein powders where you feel good, but also being able to do like rice, beans, legumes, things like that. Just being mindful of your total calories. That's like a big thing for it. Hopefully that helps answer your question. And I'm going to pin that up for the next like 10 seconds or so. And if I missed it, I'll shoot you a DM. Just down. DM. All right, so I'm actually going to, I'm just going to highlight a recap of that. I'm going to feed that into a chat bot, because I actually created a chat bot specifically for things like that from everything that I know. Okay, so I'm going to just like copy and paste that to give me a little clipped up summary. So again, I'm thinking about like, your protein anchors. So chicken, ground turkey, lean steaks, salmon, egg whites, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. Boom. Let's see if this will fit in the comments. I think that's going to fit. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I'm talking about carbs, being intelligent with your carbs. So sources, white or jasmine rice, oatmeal, sweet potatoes, quinoa, rice cakes, fruit, and then healthy fats. Yeah, and again, base those carbs around your workouts, but still be mindful of how many calories you're eating, because calories are going to dictate your body composition. Boom. Highlight all these things. And yeah, don't sleep on that. And then if you want, even like, I can give you a sample. But the cool thing is I literally have a whole GPT I programmed for this. If you want access to it, let me know. Actually, I'm going to throw that. Chat, we got like 20 seconds too. It's perfect timing. All right. All right, cool. That looks up to date. Bam. And it looks like our time is up here. So we're going to take a 3-minute break. So this is the key to doing these productivity sprints, is to not only have a time that we're working, we're also going to have a quote unquote rest time. So I'm going to reset the clock here. We're going to do 3 minutes since I got to be out of here in roughly like 20 minutes. So we're going to do a 3-minute break, and then we're going to do a 15-minute sprint for one more productivity sprint. And in the meantime, what I find helpful is stepping away, moving, getting a little bit of hydration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide away from the desk a bit, and we are going to do a little bit of breathing. Okay. So what I want us to do is something I got from my yogis out there, from Carrie, who's my fiance. She does yoga. We're gonna do a little strategy. We're gonna take one hand, we're gonna put it on our chest, we're gonna take our other hand, put it kind of right on our belly button. And what we're trying to focus on here is trying to do more diaphragmatic breathing. So as we're doing our diaphragmatic breathing, we're expanding at our belly button. So that's going to be pushing out because we're pulling our diaphragm down. It's underneath our rib cage, our lungs. So when it concaves down, it expands our lungs. So our chest will open too, but your stomach should also kind of expand as well with it. So we're going to go in from 2 to 4 seconds. Then we're going to exhale for twice that amount. Let's do that again. One more time. All right. So that's, again, just a little bit of breathing. One of the things I find helpful is to also kind of work through our body. One of the things I've been working on with my physical therapist, so I've been dealing with some injuries, is some thoracic flexion and extension. So like just being able to flex my spine. So I'm going to kind of get into this position here, and I'm just going to like kind of do some scapula gliding and combine that with some thoracic flexion. Oh yeah. So what I'm doing is, we all get different cues. One of the things I find helpful, because I'm actually going to go into a actual like PT routine that he gave me later today. I might do it on a live stream. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have time to do it when I schedule to do it. Womp womp. That reminds me, I actually got to go into my StreamYard and remove that. But just nice flexion and scapula protraction. Then we're going to do scapula retraction, some thoracic extension, and then some scapula protraction, thoracic flexion. So I'm basically pinching my shoulder blades back, getting big chested. Then I'm kind of like rounding over and pulling my shoulder blades together. One thing I noticed, I also have some like limited external rotation on my left side. I get to work on that. But all right, we got about 10 seconds here. So now we're going to bring it back. This is where I'll use coming back to the Amazfit watch, why it's so clutch, being able to use the Pomodoro timer for our focus. We're going to do one more sprint round, but I'm going to change the timer. We're only going to do 15 minutes here. It's so easy to adjust the time. Boom. So there we go. We got 15 minutes on the clock. Let's get it, y'all. Get a little productivity on. I'm going to reset this. I'm going to add some time. Boop, boop. And we're off. Second round. Let's get it. If you guys got questions, let me know in the comments. Pull up StreamYard because I'm going to have to, unfortunately. To delete that. I have to delete it on Facebook, I guess. Okay, we're gonna have to delete, cancel event, okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. All right, we got just under 2 minutes, y'all. 2 minutes in our final sprint, and then I'm gonna bounce out of here to get to some coverage meetings I need to get to. What the? This content. What? Come on. I wonder why Amazon was my audio messed up. I wonder if my audio no, my audio is good. Let's see. What do you think happened, yo? Oh, what's up, Sean? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm actually about to wrap this one up. We got 1 minute, and then unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to live stream the rest of today. Too much craziness going on. All right, we're getting into the home stretch. I don't think I'm gonna have time to get through all these emails. We got so close. I'm literally in the last like 10%, but we're just gonna have to finish this up when I get back. I gotta bounce out of here. That's the end of our second sprint. Thanks everyone for tuning in and joining. And yeah, I'll be back. We'll be back next week though. Unfortunately, I'm gonna not be able to get into the rest of our plans. Have to pivot. That's part of the fun. All right, y'all. See y'all in the next one. Make sure you're following, subscribing so you can stay up to date on all the live streams, all the content we're putting out, and then deuces, y'all. Appreciate you guys.